evening. Oh dear, what's happening to my voice? Sorry about that. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. In the current timeline, as far as I am aware, I am still Moonfeather Blue, fantasy writer and magical library in human skin. Hello, Kayume. So lovely to see you. Yes, sorry, no melatonin today. I did so much want to continue, but I forgot. I forgot to ask for assistance with the new keyboard. I should probably just find one and order one, but I'm the sort of person who can take months and months and months on end before buying something, which I suppose is good in the long run, because then if it turns out it's something you don't need, you don't wind up getting it. But then I also wait that long for things I really do need quite badly. And I just can't hit buy. Sure, I've got to keep looking just in case there's a better deal, or maybe I don't need it so badly, or what if I buy it and then I want something else? And yeah, Blue does not do returns. Blue finds it impolite if it arrives and it's functional to then return it just because I don't like the look of it or something. Yeah, but that is just Blue. That is just Blue. I'm sure there is nothing wrong with returning things, particularly if they are not functioning as advertised. That's absolutely fine. I still probably couldn't return it. Oh, dearie me. Yes, so no melatonin tonight. Maybe next week? Hopefully next week. But, yes, I do not have the background. Oh, do I have the background music? Yes, I do. It's just not in my ears. Now I have the background music too. How lovely. How lovely. I get it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, dearie me. So, I was contemplating what we should do tonight. And I wondered about getting a little drabbly. I've been getting some slight drabbly urges. But, yes, I thought maybe just a chat. Just a chat. Nothing stressful. Well, it's kind of stressful topics because there's some things I sort of need to talk about, like directions that Moonfeather Blue is headed, or not headed, or direction she'd like to be headed but cannot head, or all of these sort of things, and ways we might get there. Because I just feel sort of, what's that word? Stagnant. I think that's the word I wanted. That's a good word right there. I should use that more in my writing. I should make a note of that. I really should have just a note to fill with words that I should use. I used to have one. Every time I thought of a cool word, I'm like, ooh, and I put it in my cool words list. Like, use these in your writing more. Don't know what happened to that list. Oh yeah. It was probably in Google Keep on my old computer, and was therefore lost in many transitions. Oh dearie me. But yes, chatting. The last time I did a full-on chat stream, it was when I was announcing I was having a second small one. I think during that stream I had a table and some cola. I did. I set myself up a little more comfortably. I'm not going to dig through for the table and the cola because Blue has no drink. Blue even forgot to get her water bottle. She should probably get that at one point. But you could have a lovely drink if you'd like. And if you do, please tell me what sort of lovely drink you are partaking with. Intaking. That one makes more sense for drinks. Then I thought inhaling. I'm like, no, please do not inhale your drinks. That would be bad. That would be bad. Oh, goodness me. But before we get to the more serious topics, how are you? Well, how are you? I hope that's not a serious topic. If it is, we don't have to talk about it. But how are you all? I hope you're doing well. Let's be cheerful for a short time. Not that the future talk's going to be entirely depressing. Just a few bits of it. Blue was very, 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 very mildly productive today. Fine. Glad to hear you're fine. Hooray. So I only realized during the week I was watching. I was trying to find a particular point in the Melatonin VOD for a particular reason. that I will get to at one point. But I realized when I was whacking the table to sort of keep time, I was making my microphone make horrible noises, and I'm so sorry, so I'll try not to do that again when we play Melatonin and otherwise. Like, I was assaulting their ears and they were all too polite to say anything. Thank you for being so sweet, but if I am ever assaulting your ears, please do let me know. Yes, Blue hung some artwork, which some of which I've just had for 2 or 3 weeks. It's remember I mentioned we were going to a market a couple of weeks ago, and I said I'll take a picture if I find anything that fully suits the forest library vibes I'm going for. I haven't taken a picture yet, I'm sorry, but I did hang the picture that I got that suits the magical forest library vibes. It's a lovely little picture with a sort of sprawling odd tree at the bottom and a lovely moon over the top. Like, yep, there's not much better for a Moonfeather Blue magical forest library than that. So it's hanging up in my kitchen, and it's very nice. But the other artwork that I hung, I bought some bending scrolls from a convention, possibly over a decade ago. I framed them maybe a year ago, and they've been sitting on my floor ever since, and I finally put them on the wall in our makeshift playroom. So, yes, it's really meant to be the dining room, but it's mostly the playroom with the dining table sort of shoved right against the wall. It functions, sort of. Or it will function better once I'm able to get most of my stuff out of there and into my pretend study in the living room. But I can't do that until I buy the cabinet that I need, because my things will not fit in what I currently have. And, yeah, it's just going to be a full-on game of Tetris for the next couple of months as I slowly obtain what I need. You know how I said I have trouble hitting buy? Yeah, I haven't hit buy on the cabinet yet. And that's something I really do need. And the new desk. I've been worrying about the desk because I've had this standing sitting desk, not an electronic one. No, just a hand cranked one. Cranked? Cranked. Hand cranked one from IKEA. I used to live 5 minutes from IKEA. Now my closest IKEA is really, really far away. And losing that convenience, it's a lot. Listen to Blue's ridiculously terrible problems to do with not being able to access IKEA within 5 minutes. I realize I sound ridiculous, I'm sorry. But yes, I've been wondering whether I should just replace it, because I definitely need more storage. So just get a desk with drawers, but desks with drawers don't go to standing. But I hardly ever use the standing feature. I only use it when I'm singing, which is when I'm recording things or doing karaoke. But if I do that, I could probably just find a way to mount my webcam higher and figure out other things. I could put lyrics on my phone instead of looking at my my monitor. It would be workable. So I think I will get one with drawers and forsake the standing desk, but it's hard to take the plunge, as I have already lamented. But yes, I hung up art, and I can't buy things I need. And what else did I do that was useful today? Not particularly much. I did some vaguely useful stuff the last 2 nights in a row, but I will get to that again later. Okay. Dear. Also, I know I say this frequently, but I probably shouldn't stream for too long tonight, given how outings are planned. Outings are planned for the morning. Oh dear. We'll see how we go. I only got so much to chat about anyway. I tried to take some notes before going live. They are probably, not particularly helpful, but better than no notes, one would hope. So yes, the future. Blue has one, apparently. No. Blue knows she has a future. Blue does not know exactly what the future holds. Blue hopes it resembles something akin to success and happiness. I should probably swap the order of those. Happiness and success. Priorities. But, there's been a lot going on lately that's been causing me to stress quite badly thinking about the future. Just, the last few days I've been handling it a little better, but for a couple of weeks before then, I've just feeling like my head's been buzzing. I don't even know if I could call it anxiety. There's anxiety involved, just, mixing of sadness and anxiety and spiraling. It just felt very tornado-like. One of the things which, doesn't really affect Blue too badly at the moment, but, still depressing, is the, all the changes that they've made to YouTube lately. The, doubling the watch hours, which just makes it really, really, really hard, more than already was, to, achieve much if you're hoping to use YouTube as a means to have a future. But the reason I'm anxious about that is because I've also been recognizing more and more that I need to make more money to support my family. It's, we're not in an absolutely terrible situation, but, yeah, not in a terrible situation, but, sorry, this is a little difficult. It'll still be a long time before I no longer qualify for the single parent payment, but, it's starting to get quite nervous, really. I probably won't go into that too much more, except need to start making more money. And, I do not want to give up being Moonfeather Blue. I do not want to give up streaming, and I definitely don't want to give up writing. And I am quite afraid that if I do get a full-time job, not that there are any full-time jobs in this town, that's what's going to happen. Because Blue knows herself, and she's hardly getting any writing done now. And I know single parenting is a full-time job in itself, but combining that with a proper, in inverted commas, full-time job, just nothing creative is going to get done. Nothing. So, yeah, that's a little frightening to think about. Oh dear. And yes, the need to actually progress creatively is gnawing. It gnaws deeper and deeper. And oh yes, that thing too. All of the publishing world drama, with authors losing publishing deals because they're being accused of using AI to write their stories, and even showing proof of versions from years and years and years ago, and people commenting on their writing years and years and years ago, and they still lose it, and everything is really messed up. Oh dear. And what is it? There's that, I forget what her name is, but there's an indie author who writes hundreds of books using EI? What does the E stand for? Using AI and making ridiculous amounts of money doing it. It's just, double standards, and, not knowing how to protect yourself and not knowing how to protect your work, and it just doesn't seem like a brilliant time to be a creative. So I've been thinking the best I can through the tornadoing thoughts of how do we actually deal with this? Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I am so sorry if you're experiencing buffering. Hopefully this will be a short-lived difficulty. Oh, dearie me. But yes, trying to think of the best way to sort of navigate all of these situations and the tangly web they are making together. And you know, the brick wall I keep running into is I don't think there is a best way to deal with it. Oh yes, I thought the other day, it no longer feels like we're really comparing pros and cons anymore. Got a little hiccup, but it's fine. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh dear. Yes, it doesn't feel like we're even comparing pros and cons anymore. It's just feels like things are constantly the lesser of two evils now, which feels like a depressing way to live. And I'm probably being highly overdramatic. Oh dear. But yes, yeah, to in the trying to think of how to navigate this, one of the main things that I was thinking was, what if Blue could join an agency? Like, would that help? And you honestly don't really know, because there's so much agency drama as well. But even just the exposure an agency could give you could be enough to really help. But, you know. And this is being incredibly optimistic, and Blue thinking very highly of herself and thinking that she could even possibly get in. But, you know, I don't think I'd be able to keep up with the demands of an agency. I was, you know, I've been going over this for months and months now, actually, trying to decide whether to apply for any. And, you know, pros being exposure and help with, you know, management and things like that, which Blue is terrible at. Excuse me, I need to cough. I will mute it because it's not going to be pretty. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, they seem to like the new machinima. I think indie is better, but it's hard to blow up. It is. But, yeah. The pros being exposure and the help with management side of things, which I'm absolutely awful at. It just, you know, because there's so much to do with approaching people and other companies and things like that, which I'm absolutely, you know, I can't handle that sort of thing very well, at least not without inner panic. Sorry. But, yes, and also the pros of meeting other lovely people, sort of a like-minded mind. Because, yes, I don't think I've ever actually found my people. I loved all my school friends and the uni friends that I made, but never sort of, no. Friends, but not my people, sort of thing, if you understand. It's, you know, don't like many of the same things, don't think in the same sort of way. Oh dear. And, you know, you'd find that sort of camaraderie, I imagine, in an agency, which would be lovely. It would be. But, you know, losing autonomy, needing to, do exactly what you're told all the time, not being, you know, needing to run everything by them. I think I would actually be okay with that in the long run. I could handle that. But losing ownership of my work, if I ever left the agency, I don't think, I wouldn't be able to handle that. But the main reason I think it's probably going to have to be a no is that I wouldn't be able to keep up with all of the demands, the other demands that it would make of me. And I tried to reason it against how would it be different from any full-time job. There would be, you know, trips that might need to be made when I have small children. Things like dancing for idle things. I love dancing, but, you know, I'm not only late 30s, I'm not particularly physically healthy late 30s. As in, my knees are shot, my feet are shot, my back is shot. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with it if I miraculously got in. So that's most likely off the table now. Most likely. Plus, you know, I'm fairly distinct with my content, and it hasn't really been explored very deeply with agencies, so I'm worried they wouldn't really know what to do with me. And yeah, so I probably wouldn't even get in anyway. So why have I thought so hard about it in the first place? My blanket is slipping and it is cold. Retrieve the blanket. Yes. And I, you know, had so many lovely thoughts of what could be, but I just... It's not a sensible move, and I hate that I have to be sensible. But yeah. And I hate how being sensible sort of precludes us from pursuing our dreams in so many cases. Oh dear, because I think I would actually really enjoy the idol aspect. I love singing. I love the idol music. It would be so much fun if I could handle it, but it's not 100% off the table, but I'd say it's 95% off the table. I'm still contemplating putting in an audition for the Wildcard Club. Have you heard what that is? It's Docky Bird, Iron Mouse, Amelie, and Rin Penrose. They're being backed by a very large music production company to find other VTubers, whether large or small, to do some song projects with. And yes, last night and the night before I was putting together some stuff for the application form and the audition, but I'm gonna have to redo a whole lot of the recordings that I was doing, and I don't know if I'll get another chance before the deadline. But if I'm able to, you know, why not? Why not? I'm pretty sure most of that will be done remotely, and if it does call for a random overseas trip, I'm sure I could figure something out. No, I'm not actually sure at all, but in the remarkable scenario that I did manage to get an audition in and I got in, I'm sure it could be figured out. This is Blue, being hopeful. But yes, getting into that would probably give me a bit of a boost, just in general. And I would probably be less worried about the future if I was able to do that, but again, unlikely. Will do my best to pursue that one, but unlikely. I will do my best to remain hopeful, but unlikely. Oh dear. Hopefully they have experience with bad company, so sounds safer. Ah, yes, they do. They would know. They would know far better what they're getting into, because they're not being managed by this company. It's just being done sort of in collaboration, so they don't have any control over them as such. I think they'll just get they just have stuff to do with the music, and I'm not sure if they own the song at the end. They probably do, but that doesn't really matter so much. It's the experience, it's who you're meeting, it's what you're learning. Like, one of the main reasons I'm so keen, you know, not only to meet all of them because they just look like absolutely amazing people, but yeah, learning how to do music production stuff would be insanely wonderful. I'd finally be able to do more covers and write some original songs, because I have the tunes for so many of them, but I can't do anything with them because Blue has not the skill at this point. Oh dear. Ah yes, another thing that should be mentioned as a contributing factor to Blue's spiraling over the last few weeks. I've decided not to push to try to get a novel finished before the end of September. I'm just not in a place where I can do that. I'm just too overwhelmed with the small ones and life at the moment. Plus, I started 3 different stories to try to find one that sort of worked with where my head was at the moment. And though I love all of them dearly so much and I want to write them, they just weren't working. Oh dear, that's a strong cry. Just give me a moment, sorry. Give me a moment. was a bit of a nightmare. Dear. Sorry, I can barely remember what we were talking about. That was a lot. Okay, so I think I'd stopped talking about the Wild Card Club. I think I was talking about oh, welcome back. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to leave you for so long. Sorry. It's yeah. Oh dear, hate to think of all the streams I've had and how much of them are yeah, be right back stream just going on for ages. I suppose I could go into the VODs and cut out that time, but it's probably better leaving it just so it's an accurate representation of what actually happened. Oh, dearie me. Yes, so I'd had lots of ideas for stuff I wanted to do for the for trying to write a novel before the end of September, but none of them were quite working. And I've decided instead to do my utmost to finish the first book of Main Magical Project by the end of September instead. Technically, it's just one chapter that needs total rewriting and one more that needs sort of major tweaks, but the rest I'm pretty happy with. So hopefully if I can get that done, I can start, you know, getting proper editing done and figuring out thumbnails and ebook covers and marketing strategies, she says with utmost horror. But yeah. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you why I wanted to write a story for the end of September. There's this competition based at Honeyfeed, which I don't really read much on there. I'm aware of them. It's a self-publishing platform for stories that are sort of very anime inspired. And they're partnering with My Anime List, and I think it's Kadogawa Publishing for looking for fantasy novels that follows one of their two prompts, and the two prompts are along the lines of a female hero who is ridiculously powerful but also has some very, very endearing faults, and the male protagonist storyline is, you know, recovering from rock bottom hero sort of thing. And so all three of the storylines I worked on were the female one, the ridiculously overpowered female with very, very endearing flaws. It was fun. It was fun thinking of these stories and trying to pull them together. But yeah. Oh, hold on a moment, sorry. Oh, hopefully I'll just be a sec, I'll just mute. Apologies, sorry. Oh dear. But yes, if you have any stories that seem to fulfill either of those prompts, please go ahead and have a look. But I think it's a proceed with caution sort of thing, because one of the main reasons I decided not to push it anymore, besides the fact that I just couldn't. Yeah, I came across a few things saying there have been issues in the past for winners of such contests. I didn't look into it. I don't want to deal with issues when it comes to publishing companies and such. Yeah. Yep. Oh dear. But yes, do look into it if you're interested. It's collaboration, again, with Honeyfeed, My Anime List, and I believe Katagawa Publishing. And the prize would have been they would publish your book, which would have been amazing. But again, just I can't pull it off right now. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. So yes, where to go? Where to go? It's difficult to know, given, yes, the stagnant. Been feeling very stagnant. You know, meeting a few more lovelies as subscriber count grows little bits and pieces, which is lovely. But creativity wise, I need to offer more. I would like to offer more. I would like to offer my novels, but that means getting them done, which of course I want to do, but yes, the problems. So I am considering a two-pronged approach. Two prongs. A forked approach. Or one of those sort of barbecue forks with the two prongs. Are there any large dangerous weapons with two prongs? That would be amazing. Like a two-pronged spear. A two-pronged spear. What would that be called? All I'm hearing is, what is pig sticker? Oh dear. But yes, two prongs. The first prong being just a get made magical project rolling. Because I maintain that if I could get into some form of proper momentum, it really shouldn't take a ridiculous amount of time. Because the first book is already entirely drafted. The first book being the first 5 books, sort of. So I still don't know whether to think of them as, 5 light novels or one big novel. But yes, I'd release them as parts of the big novel anyway. But, yeah, the first one's almost done properly. The next 3, I can only think of small tweaks they need, besides some, probably need a lot more as I read through, but plot-wise, character-wise, only a few tweaks. The last one needs a bit more work, but not too bad. I need to mostly rewrite or rework the final battle in the last one, which will take a bit. Probably because the last one is mostly the final battle. Whole book, just a battle. Not the entire book, but a lot of it. It's a good one, though, I promise you. Excellent monster. Excellent monster. I like it. It's disgusting. Like, why do I do this to Kaz? Like, because I love him. I do love him. I'm going to put him through absolute hell. Oh dear. It does make me wonder, all the monsters that come after this one, but that I wrote before it. It just seems like, why is he having so much trouble with these monsters when he fought that thing? Lol. Yes. I think many writers are the same, and they do love to torture their precious characters. It's practically a sport. But yes, perfectionism difficulties is the main thing. But if I'm... Yes. I think that's... Yes, mind backflip again. I think that's why I was thinking for a couple of days, maybe I should just go back to the idea of publishing online. I mean, besides the audiobook videos that I'll do for each chapter, no question I'll be doing those. But I was wondering, maybe instead of ebooks, I can have a nice website and put the stories there. Then, like, AI is going to scrape them. Like, I don't want AI to scrape my stuff. I don't want to get scraped. And also, it's really expensive to maintain websites like that. I mean, I know I'll need one anyway if I'm wanting to be successful at one point. But yes, expensive to maintain. Oh dear. So yeah, probably heading back to the idea of after all of the audiobook videos are released, I'll release as ebooks. But yes, the idea of publishing online first did appeal to me again because they don't have to be perfect. If they're there first, and I can wait a little while until I'm in a better place to get editing, and then they can be an ebook. But yeah, might just have to find a way to deal with the perfectionism issues sooner rather than later. And it really is getting to later now, isn't it? Way later. And yes, so that'll take up most of my sort of personal writing time. But I could have some public writing time too. I mean, I will definitely have to stay on top of Drabbles, and I'll probably go back to mostly Drabbles and fewer short stories in the future as I focus more on novels. But yes, I was wondering whether it's time to make another attempt at writing live. I know my first two didn't go precisely to plan. But the very first one, you know, it's the very first thing that I ever did streaming was try to write a novel live. Hello, PK Demo! Hello. We are lamenting the state of the creative world and wondering how Blue can deal with it. I hope you are well. I do. And yes, we may wind up having some more Be Right Back screen because Small One is having some difficulties tonight. But hopefully she's sitting with some ladybug on the tablet, so hopefully she will be okay. Oh dear. But yes, so one of the prongs of the two-pronged assault for dealing with all of this is main magical project, just knuckling down. I hate the term knuckle down. It just reminds me so much of a slightly condescending way teachers might have spoken to teenage Blue. Gotta knuckle down and do it. I mean, they're not wrong, but I just don't like the term, I don't like the tone. I need to figure out something else. But yes. Lock in. I prefer lock in. Let's go with lock in. Lock into main magic project. But yes, another attempt at writing live. The first one did not go well. It was the first time I'd tried streaming ever. I had no idea what I was doing in any sense, and the story got away from me. As in a huge amount. I still love it. That's the fate particles one. Fate particles. Being able to tell how much of an influence you will have sort of on the world, how big your fate is by how many of these particles you've got all over you, sort of thing. I still think it's a fun idea. Again, I would love to get back to it, but that's so with pretty much all of my stories. I'd love to get back to all of them. But yes, I did let the story get away from me. And the second attempt that we've had so far, that's the Dark Academia one we were working on for a while last year. And I just sort of stopped doing it with no explanation. And the explanation mostly is I got really overwhelmed. Really overwhelmed. Again, the story, it got away from me. And I suppose it's just because we are such a small and beautiful community. I felt I could not sort of turn down anyone's suggestions or anyone's ideas. So I just kept adding everything, and everything just kept getting more and more complicated. And too much... Sorry, this is going to sound awful, but too much world building. I prefer my world building to be much softer, but everything was getting really, really hard. Too hard of world building for Blue. And I didn't know how I was going to handle the story, how I was going to pull it together. I may revisit it at one point, but if I do, it'll probably be on my own and sort of cherry picking ideas, or maybe even reworking it all together and only using a little bit. It just got to be too much. But this time, I will not let the story get away from me. And we will probably not be brainstorming together as such, except on very specific things I might ask about. Very specific. But, yes. one of the ideas that I'd started writing in the hopes that I would finish it before September, which I definitely will not. I think I'll go with one of those. And yes, I'll get into the story briefly in a couple of minutes maybe. But yes, how to handle writing a story live when I'm only streaming once a week is I know I've floated this before, but wondering whether I should just try streaming almost every day again and just go for an hour or an hour and a half. I'd probably have to start earlier for me than I currently am, which probably won't help anyone at all in being able to attend. But just again, building up backlogs of videos. So there's just more and more there. Definitely will not hurt, given all the current YouTube shenanigans they're pulling on us. But oh, yep, hold on. Give me a moment, sorry. I am being summoned. Just mute. I'm back. Hello. Where was Blue? Blue has lost the train of thought. The train of thought has derailed. It's gone off the rails. It's gone over a cliff. It has exploded at the bottom of a ravine. Streaming every day. That's where I was. I will see if it's possible. I will see. And just a little bit each time. And hopefully that will help with momentum. Dear. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I want to, and I will give it a go. I'll probably set a date to start trying to do that. And it won't be the working on that story every day, but most of them probably. Again, momentum. Plus, if I live stream writing an entire story, there's no way anyone can accuse me that I got AI to write it for me. Because it's getting to the point where we need that evidence. We shouldn't, but apparently we do. Yeah, I've been wondering whether I just start recording all my writing sessions anyway. Like, why not just do it live? Just do it live. Why not? Why not? It could be fun. We like fun. But yes, the story. Well, Will probably go with the story. I mean, there are other options. I don't know. Maybe I should see what you think. The story I was thinking about trying this first with. Yes, it's the newest idea I come up with. I think it was only week before last that it came to mind. With maybe I should just open my notes. Hold on. Let's this way. Oh no, big blue. Less big blue. There we go. Yes. Oh, you don't need to see that. Why would you need to see that? So yes, working name of Ada for main character. Acolyte of the Order of Erkutat. I just started hearing the word Erkutat and my mind's like, yeah, let's go with that. Yes, a lot has changed story-wise and thoughts since writing these notes, but basically, yes, she is, or seems to be the last of her order, living alone in the middle of the forest in a sort of cult compound with a little snail. I think the internet snail I was introduced to during our magical creatures brainstorming stream may have partly inspired this. But yes, the snail appears to be sort of the mouthpiece of this eldritch being that this cult worships and serves and such. And yes, Ada has some ridiculous powers. I haven't quite decided what they are yet. I've had a few different ideas. That may be something to brainstorm with a bit later. But yes, she's incredibly friendly and welcoming and lovely, and yes, starved for company. She talks to the snail, and they get on, in inverted commas, I guess. But I don't think the snail is very nice, honestly. But yes, she helps people who stumble upon her compound, helps them with much enthusiasm, despite the snail sort of saying no. But helps out, but she's unintentionally quite creepy. Does not mean to be, but farewelling them, saying, "Have a wonderful journey. Erkutat is judging you. Bye-bye," sort of thing. But yes, eventually, she will have to leave the compound, of course. I think she gets tricked out of leaving by a highway maid who gets her to come along and take care of some of her enemies. But then bad things wind up happening, and I think Ada winds up being arrested and shipped off for stuff. And then the nice highway maid did not really mean for that to happen. But yes, shenanigans ensue. Leave it at that. I've got a bit more thought out. I had gone through a lot more of a plan. I got the first couple of chapters planned in reasonable detail, and I don't think that's going to change too much. But where the story goes afterwards has changed quite a lot in my mind since then. Like, I'd wondered about whether someone, because her order keeps disappearing, people keep going off to spread the word of Erkutat, and they never come back. So I was wondering whether one of her old member has sort of taken over the kingdom and become the leader, sort of thing. But I think I'm gonna steer away from that. We'll figure things out. But yes, it will wind up being mostly a story of Ada learning how to have friends and who she is without powers, and that there's a world beyond Erkutat, sort of thing. But Erkutat not being very pleased at her learning these sort of things, so who knows what's going to happen then. Oh yes, I think one of the notes was because she keeps hearing all the heroic stories of all the heroes that she's assisting as they stumble upon her in her forest compound, that she starts to wish she could be a hero herself, which would be cute. But I kind of would like to sort of scatter throughout it, and even if I don't bring it up, really, really plainly, just make it reasonably clear that she's actually helped with so many hero quests, and so many hero quests would have failed without her. So she's technically a hero already, which is cute. But yeah, there's that story. I think I'm just really attracted to Ada as a character. She just, the enthusiasm, the friendliness, and the unintentional creepiness, it just sort of appeals to me. No creepiness intended whatsoever. It's just interpreted that way. Yeah, and I'd wondered if she'd run into these heroes she's helping. She's helping again. In the original notes, she does, but as things change, I think she sort of takes a mission for herself. Because I think, sorry, my thoughts are going everywhere. I think that's how the highway maid convinces her to leave, to try to find find the other members of her order and find out what happened to them if they're still around. Because I think my notes say she keeps acting like they just sort of stepped out for milk a couple of days ago or something, or a couple of minutes ago. But they've been all gone for years. And she's still an acolyte. She can't become a priestess without sort of going through some stuff, and she can't do that without anyone else there. So yes, she has been getting a little concerned that she hasn't become a priestess yet. Okay, well that's one idea. That's one idea. And yeah, that one could work reasonably well because I do have the first few chapters really thought out in quite a lot of detail already, so we could get that done, and then can think about more at a slightly more leisurely rate. Leisurely. I think that's the one. But, yes, working title is Glass Cannon Girl, because when she uses her incredible powers, she pretty much collapses and is unconscious for several days, which isn't useful when she's alone. Oh dear. But yes, the other potential ideas would be my human terrarium idea that I really, really like. I tried to fit that around the honey feed competition, but I just couldn't tweak it enough to suit one of the prompts. It sort of suited both of them, and I don't think that would have been allowed. I think if they want a powerful heroine with endearing flaws, they don't want her to be sort of rising from rock bottom. But yeah, that's another possibility. And I've simplified it in my mind a bit. I had originally been wanting to have POV swapping between the tiny main character and the giant main character, but I think I'll just stick with the tiny one, and we get to know the giant one really well through the tiny one. Oh dear. Sorry, I won't go too much into that story right now, except as I may have said before, it's sort of like a combination of Ghibli and Attack on Titan. Oh dear. It would be fairly dark, but also probably the coziest fantasy that I've ever conceived, except perhaps this other one that I've thought of, which is also getting remarkably darker by the minute as I brainstorm for it. But the other one is the magical home renovation. Well, not a magical home renovation. The home is magical, and they must renovate it. Well, first they got to clean it out, and it is full of magical artifacts. So yeah, there's fun ideas there. Originally, the main character didn't have any blatant powers at all. I'd tweaked it to try to make it suit the honey feed story. I'm wondering whether to tweak it back, but I did like the idea of it. So I'll think about that more. But the problem with that one is that it's going to be at least a trilogy, I think. And it'd be kind of nice to stick to standalones for a while for writing live. I think it's more sensible, because if we're doing duologies or trilogies or more, I think it's far more likely for the story to get away from us. So as much as I would love to write that one, the renovation one also has a pure piece of sunshine as the POV, just like well, not just like Ada, but both generally on the outside happy girls, which is a nice change because most of my POVs are in fact sad boys. Oh, not exactly sad, but sullen. Oh dear. I mean, there's also the option of going back to really old stuff and just editing it live. We could toss some of that in as well. No, I think I'd just get way too self-conscious. I think that's the sort of stuff I got to work on myself when I get the chance. It's just I think the main, well, not the main, a problem is just reminding myself and sort of getting the feeling back that how much fun I find writing. I love it. I love writing. I love creating stories. It's, besides family, it's pretty much all I think about. But it's just the process of it. In the particular situation I find myself is a lot. And so often I just find myself staring at YouTube at night and then thinking, why aren't I writing? Why aren't I reading? Like, it just feels like I can't. So I need to really, really push through that. And maybe the, making myself stream every day to work on a story will help. I may be grumpy. We may be dealing with grumpy blue every now and then. But that's okay. If it's not okay, let me know. If you cannot handle grumpy blue, tell me. I'll do my best to banish her. Where would we banish grumpy blue? The depths of the library. Do we have a basement? Does Blue the library have a basement? Not a catacombs. The catacombs. Blue's catacombs. Maybe that's what we should call the Discord. Because I've been thinking I should probably change it from a library of moons and feathers, because, or feathers and moons, because I'm sort of over that joke. I'm not sure many other people get it. I'm probably just making myself giggle. But I was like, maybe I should just change it to a library with human skin. Or maybe it should just be the catacombs of Blue. What would be in Blue's catacombs? Now all I'm thinking is that my catacombs are like intestines. Squishy. Icky. Rather like that monster I was thinking about before that Kaz has to fight at the end of part 5 of book 1. It's a little intestine-y, like, and very, very, very big. And it's less intestine-y, more like a very elongated stomach. Just stomach. Icky. Sorry. Yeah. It's unpleasant, particularly when the acid starts. Yes, Kaz may be a fire magical boy. Acid still burns him. Acid. And that'll be perfect for a callback later on, because there's a point way, way, way in the future where he sort of pretends he got hit by acid to avoid revealing that he's been accidentally burning himself quite badly. Not on purpose, just emotional burns, sort of. And got really bad and wants to hide it. And so he said, got acid burns, and then people were like, oh yes, we know he's got a history with acid. So let's not delve too deeply into that. Oh dear, I cannot wait to get back to reading the old fic and continuing my magical project. I love it so much, and it's been stagnant for years and years and years. Like, why can't I move on? Why can't I do this? Sorry, it's my ridiculous head. My ridiculous head. I know I think I've probably said this before, but I am reasonably convinced I have both autism and ADHD, and they are at constant loggerheads, and that's part of the reason why I can't get anything done, besides everything else. It all compiles. It all compiles. But yes, that may have something to do with it. In which case, if anything like that could be addressed, I wonder how much more I'd be able to get done. We will see. Oh, dearie me. I had planned to try to do maybe a little work on the story tonight, but I don't think that's a great idea with Small 1-1 being so out of sorts. Oh, dearie me. Let us just pop back over here, and we shall get large blue again. Giant blue, not that giant blue. Minorly giant blue. There we go. So I'm just checking my notes, see if I had anything else I really wanted to say. I don't think so. Dearie me. Well, yes. Well, yes, I think that covers everything I'd intended to chat about. I am just going to gaze briefly around the room and see if I can figure out anything else I want to say. Oh, yes, I had been trying to record, This Will Be the Day from Ruby for my Wildcard Club audition, but I just can't get a good recording. It's so fast. It's like, Blue is definitely not physically fit enough to be singing this song well. Oh, don't worry too much about it. I think a lot of the neurodiversity stuff is just made up to try to make people self-conscious and keep them down. Maybe, I do not know. It is in the family. It is. But, yeah, we will see. We will see where any of that goes. But yes, trying to get a good recording of that, but it's not quite working because it is so fast, and I've made things even more difficult for myself by writing subpar Japanese lyrics for it, because I really want to do my own cover of it, and I wanted to do it in Japanese. So I'm like, why don't I just use these? And it's not going so well. I've got a few recordings where I managed to spit everything out vaguely clearly, but because I don't have the best recording set up, none of them sound brilliant. I sound screechy, and Blue does not usually sound screechy. Well, Blue hopes she does not sound screechy, but I'm wondering whether I just need to pick a different song. Yeah, it may be safer to just pick a different song. It's just so fast. I wanted to, I found a symphonic metal instrumental of it, like, this is wonderful, and I want to sing to this one, but it is a lot faster than the original. I suppose I could just, swap to the original instrumental and see how that goes, but I don't know. It does depend on me being able to find recording time. It's a miracle last night that I didn't wake up Small One 2 with my recording attempts, because I was singing so loudly. Luckily, Small One 1 stayed over the grandparent library's place last night, so I didn't bother her. I did not. I don't think she heard me from that far away. It's a short walk, but it's still far enough that she would not hear me. Yes. What other songs could I sing? What are my go-tos? Probably Sweet Nothing by Calvin Harris and Florence and the Machine. That's probably one of the songs I'm most comfortable singing. It's just I'm not sure it shows enough range. I think that's the thing with audition pieces. You've only got, I think for musical theatre auditions, it's generally 16 bars you can prepare, so you've got to pick 16 bars that shows what you can do. And I'm just not sure Sweet Nothing will show that. I mean, This Will Be the Day. It was impressive mostly because of the, it's quite high, and also it's really fast, so if you're able to pull that off, it's pretty cool. It shows you know what you're doing, but my recordings are not exemplifying that at present, unfortunately. So yes, so what else is there? Sweet Nothing. I was wondering about maybe another Florence Welch song, because I do like her very much. And I think there are some small comparisons to be made between her style of singing and my own. What are some other possibilities? What are other songs that I know? What are other songs that exist? Staring at my little wooden bird like it's going to give me some answers. It is not. It is not going to answer me. It is just going to continue being a sweet little carved birdie with calming properties. Oh, I also wanted to include a writing sample because it says for the audition video that there's no guidelines, just sort of show who you are and what you're about in the way you're most comfortable. And for me, that would be singing and also writing, because I'm a writer. And I know it's a song project, but you know, coming up with concepts for the songs, coming up with lyrics, my writing stuff may be useful for that kind of thing. So I did my general randomly generating 3 words, and I wasn't finding any that I liked, so I cheated and I just kept generating until I found 3 words that worked together in my head. Yes, I know that's cheating, but I found them and I came up with what I hope is a cool idea. So I'll try to write that in the next few days. But remembering it normally takes me at least a minute to read a drabble. You know, 1 second per word, at least. Probably a bit longer. Let's give us 1 minute 10. And the song will probably be at least a minute. And I like the intro that I recorded, and that was, I think, about 35 to 40 seconds. And so I've recorded way too much blathering on. So I may need to re-record that stuff and condense things. Because I think too much of it is just sort of going over what you've already put in the form. And there's no real reason to do that. No real reason to do that, except to demonstrate a few of the things that you might have said, like about range or piano ability or things like that. Oh dear. I'll figure it out. Or I won't. Only one or the other. Only one or the other. There's nothing terrible that will happen if I don't make the deadline, but it would be nice if I could. It would be nice. It would be very nice. But if I don't, at least I'll have a lovely new drabble to share with you sooner rather than later. Well, I suppose it'd be up in the audition video anyway. So, yes, if you see an audition video before the 28th, that's me making the deadline. So I think it said they preferred them to be public. And like, Blue can do that. Blue can do that. Why not? Why not? But yes, song. I was wondering whether to, just be silly and try something like Defying Gravity. That shows range, but, Idina Menzel, don't really want any comparisons there. What I need is a song that I can make sound good with my bad setup, and I don't know if any exist. Oh dear. Well, I suppose I'll just, I'll try recording This Will Be the Day again with the less fast instrumental version. The one that's, not a runaway train of electric guitars. Have you ever met a runaway train of electric guitars? And bass and drums and bass. Drums and bass and guitars. Oh my. Oh dear. But yes, with the less fast instrumental backing, I'll try to record it with that, and I'll keep trying to record the Japanese lyrics because I think it's kind of funny. Probably how terrible they are, and I can apologize profusely for it afterwards, and that will show them that is a part of Blue's character. Blue apologizes. Blue apologizes a lot. But, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and if that doesn't work well, I'll do a version in English as well and see what happens there. Or something else I wanted to do. Do you remember those really, really old, I don't know if they still do it, but old film clips where little notes sort of pop up over the screen during the film clips. I was wondering whether I should pop up some vaguely funny notes throughout, like commenting, Blue is not physically fit enough to sing this song, can you tell? And various other things. It would also be a good way to sort of get some more things squished into the video that I might not have time to say later. But yes, still have a few more days. A few more days. Sorry for all the intense sighs. It's a bit of a time in the world that requires intense sighs. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Oh, yawning. But yeah, I'll re-record that song, and I'll do my best to think of more songs I could do, and probably just record them and then use whatever's the best thing. Just use the best one, whatever it is. Just need to think of more things that show range in a short space of time. I'm just gonna have to start scrolling through YouTube music and trying to remember what songs exist. Yeah, I don't think it's particularly important to try to go for a Japanese song here, because yeah, the company that's supporting this isn't a Japanese company, and these are all Western VTubers, so not a priority. I just wanted to use the lyrics that I had because I thought it would be fun. And as we said, we like fun. We like fun. Oh no. Oh no. So, yes. I guess that's the plan. Plan for the next few days. Try to get a wildcard club audition pulled together in time. If it doesn't happen, it is not the end of the world. It would just be nice if I could, you know, what's the word? Try. It would be nice to be able to try to do something cool. Not that what we do here is not cool, but given the opportunity like this, that is very cool. It'd be nice if I would be able to try to grab it. Try to grab it. That would be nice. And yes, locking into main magical project, trying to chuck perfectionism out the window, trying to get over worries about marketing and cover designing and editing and how to get all of that stuff pulled together. I mean, yeah, that's one reason why traditional publishing would be good for Blue, but everything else, no way. Good luck. Thank you. I'll need it. And yeah, I should probably okay, aim to pull together book 1 or part 1 of Main Magical Project before leaping into trying to stream as much as possible, mainly being a new writing project. I will pick which one. It's probably going to be the Eldritch Snail at the moment. Either Eldritch Snail or the Human Terrarium. I will weigh the pros and the cons, or the evils. I think it's fewer evils when it's about my own stories. Definitely more pros and cons there. I'm glad there's somewhere where it's more pros and cons and not just lesser of two evils. Ah, dearie me. Thump the frog stares at me. Does anyone remember Thump? Thump, in the beginning of my streaming times, was the way I made yes-no decisions. I would flip Thump in the air, and he would thump down on my desk, and it would be whether it was tummy side up or back side up would make the decisions for me. Thump the frog still sits on my monitors. He's very heavy. He's what is one of those got beanies in him. It's like a froggy beanie bag. I don't think he's mine. I don't know how he got here. I'm pretty sure he's my mother library's. Pretty sure. But he is my writing companion. So he is here. Or he's a writing companion. I also have my little wooden bird. And my random chunk of wood. And my purple crystal. And my dried leaves. Are we seeing a pattern here? Yeah, well, I kind of need all the nice natural stuff given how brilliantly white my desk is. Yeah, I'm going for a black desk next. I would prefer to get a lovely dark wood desk, but all the nice wood desks are ridiculously expensive, so might just have to go with a black one that has many drawers, and then find a way to make it look a little prettier. I've seen these goodness me, I hate the word hacks, but a desk hack for making any desk look, or particularly these ones with the drawers, making them look vintage. And Blue likes vintage, so I can look at that. It's just like outlining the drawers with wood strips, and I'd what's the term, wood dye? Can't remember. I can't remember what this was. I watch so many DIY videos and interior design videos. Wood stain, that's the word I wanted. A nice wood stain, and just pop them around the drawers and maybe around the edge of the top of the desk, and that would probably do. Don't think I'd need anything else. Just nice little touch, a nice little touch. Oh, and I'd like to get a really nice desk mat, which brings all of the forest library vibes. There's a lot that bring cottagecore and witchy vibes, but they're lovely, but they're still not quite forest library. Because when I think forest library, I don't think deep dark. I think sort of golden forest. Golden forest. It's you know, there's a small river trickling nearby, and it's late autumn afternoon, and it's like an eternal autumn sort of place. Not that I don't like the other seasons, but around this particular library, it's like an eternal autumn. You know, that's a nice song. Do you know the song Forever Autumn? I think there's a lot of history around that song, but the main reason I know it is its use in the War of the Worlds musical. And you know I like War of the Words because... War of the Words? Is there a story called War of the Words? It probably is. I like War of the Worlds because I read the entire novel to you 2 years ago. Oh dear, I had meant to try to find more out of copyright novels we can read, but so many of them now are just so problematic. I just... yeah. Don't want to read them. Oh, suppose we could rewrite the old novels so they're less problematic, but I have enough of my own writing to do. That's what I think when I think there are some fan fictions I'd really like to try writing, but then, you know, no time for my own stuff. And I suppose that's the main reason I started Main Magical Project in the first place, because I was getting so stressed out with it in the fic version, because I was spending pretty much my entire... I was mainly working on it well before I had any small ones, and I was spending my entire life, apart from my full-time job, working on the fic. It's like throwing all of my creativity into something that wasn't really gonna go anywhere. And for a lot of people, that's absolutely fine. They're doing it for the love of it, and I do love it, but I was having no time to work on my own stuff, and now I think Small One too is crying now too. Oh, it's gonna be a night. It's gonna be a night. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to end here. I'm so sorry. Because I think Small 1's still awake, and now Small 1 is as well. And we got plans for tomorrow, so we'll see how that all ends up. Thank you for listening to me talk tonight. I'm sorry about the extended Be Right Back screen. I'm sorry if all Blue has done is complain. I'm sorry if she was boring. I'm sorry if she's, yeah, a lot to deal with. I will continue doing my best. I will hopefully be able to do better than my best soon. Or, you know, shift my best upwards a bit. I just want to get things done. I just want to get things done. I want to get things done, and I want to share them. We're okay. Things will happen. We'll keep going. We're not stopping anytime soon. We won't stop. We won't stop. We will muddle our way forwards. But at least this time we have a small plan. Small plan. Okay. Thank you so much again, and wherever you are in the world, good night to you, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. Just sing quickly, sorry. Oh, for the money that here I had. Oh no, I've still got the backing music on. There we go. Oh, for the money that here I had, I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night, and joy be to you all. Thank you again. Hopefully we'll finish melatonin, well, not finish melatonin, continue with melatonin next week. Night, night, hopefully everything works out. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or afternoon or whatever it is. And a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.